Okay, in this video, I'm going to be reviewing these 6-inch slim night lights. They're LEDs, and the way they work, they're made by Sunco. And the way they work is if you have like can lights installed in the ceiling, front porch, deck, whatever, these things they'll take the place of those of your can lights. Here's a template they include in there to show, you know, the mounting and such, and then there's a QR code you can scan there if you need to. An instruction booklet, and let's get one of them out and we'll show you kind of what they look like. I've used some of these before. They're really nice. They're really neat. The way what I like about them is they're very, very easy to install. They include this box, and what you'll basically do with this box is you'll open it up and you'll see there's wires in there. And what you'll do is it's just simple wiring. You'll hook this wire to your black wire, your house wire. This white wire goes to your common, and then of course there's your ground. And then these things just plug in. You don't have to do any other additional wiring. So they just plug in. There's a little 3-prong deal there. You'll plug it in. And there's a little notch right there where you can see how to hook them up correctly. And then there's this little sleeve right here. You'll just screw that on there, and that holds your wiring together. And then other than that, what you'll do is when you take your cans out, your holes, these are for 6-inch holes, you'll just bend these tabs up like this, and you'll sit this thing, and then there's a gasket right there also. But you just sit it up in the hole, and then, you know, when you get in there, of course, your tabs are what holds your lights in place. So they're very simple to do. I have a deck I'm gonna put these in. What I have is I have recessed lights in that deck, and with it being an outside, you know, it's a porch actually with lights on it. And what happens is that in those can lights, you have bugs that get in there, wasps build nests and stuff like that. So this is going to eliminate that deal by closing that hole up where they can't get inside of there. One other thing I forgot to show you too, which I'll show you once I get these things mounted. These things have a night light in here. It's really neat. I'll show you how to do that. I've got some other lights that have the same feature. They're really neat. You know, the night lights, you can use just those, and this little light strip comes on right here. And then, of course, this is your main LED that you can also cut on. Okay, so in order to demonstrate how to install these flush LED lights in your ceiling, what I did was I made this board, and the only reason I did this is it's kind of hard to actually film doing this in the ceiling with the angles and such and the camera. So I just decided to make it real simple. And what you'll do, this is the hole where you removed your can, or if you're installing these in a new installation, you'll just cut a hole like this, and then of course run your wiring. This wiring runs from your switch, and we're just gonna pretend this switch is on the wall somewhere in your house, not on the ceiling actually. So first thing is, though, make certain that your power's off to your, electrical here, test it, whatever, but make sure your power's off. And then also check your local codes to make sure everything that you're doing is up to speed. First thing we'll do is you have these little knockouts on the side of your box here, and what you'll do is you just kind of press those out, or get some pliers or something and push in there and just knock that out. I would go ahead and just take it on loose, because what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to use some sort of wire strain reliefs. This is a metal in which you can use it, and it just tightens up on your wire. I'm going to use this one. This is a plastic insert, and what you'll do is you'll just push your wire through there. And what you'll do is you'll take this insert here and you just push it in the hole right here. It should fit just fine. And then you'll take your wire here coming from your switch, and you're going to push it through here. Let's go ahead and do that. And just, take your time doing this. Don't be in a big hurry or anything. Go ahead and push it on through. I would actually push it on through to where your insulation, your yellow or whatever insulation for your wire is through there. And then take your wire nuts that they supply to you. Just hook your white You'll see there you hook your white to your white. And make certain you don't have any bare wire showing. This is a little bit long. Let me cut that off. You don't want any bare wire showing there. So go ahead and install that. And then you want to do your black to your black. And there again, make certain you don't have any wires showing, bare wires showing. And you can take electrical tape. You don't have to. You can take electrical tape and wrap around these connections here. And of course, do your ground to your ground. The ground doesn't matter about the bare wire showing, because this is actually, your ground wire is actually just a bare wire anyway. Okay, so once you have all those hooked up and in good shape, just bend your wires down. Go ahead and put them inside of your box here. And of course, there again, you have your power off, so you don't have a issue worried about getting shocked or anything. And then close your little box there, and then the box just tucks on up into your ceiling there. Then what you'll do here is on your tabs, you have your little gasket there. You just take and bend your tabs like that. Maybe put one side in and then the other. It just depends on how you want to do it. And it just snaps into place. So there you go. That shows you how simple it is to install these lights. And, especially if you already have a hole cut where you're taking a can light out already. But even so, the hardest part, if you're doing a new installation, is going to be cutting the hole for this to fit into. And of course, just use that template, which is what I did to cut my hole. Now, what I'll do, I'll go ahead and I'll turn the power back on for this, and we'll demonstrate how the light works. Okay, so we have our power hooked up and turned on to our switch. And like I said, this switch is not mounted on your ceiling. This is mounted to your wall. This is just a demonstration. What you'll do to turn your light on, obviously just turn your switch on. You see your light comes on. Now, in order to do your night light here, you turn the switch off and back on within just a couple of seconds, and your night light comes on. That's a really neat feature, because what you can do is, if you have several of these in your ceiling, and you want to have like a movie night or something like that, and you don't have a dimmer on your lights, then you can use this function here. And to cut it off, you just flip your switch off. And there again, when you turn your switch on, your light comes on. Turn it off, and then you wait just a couple of seconds, and then flip it back on, or just within a couple of seconds. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you cut it off, cut it on, your light comes on. Cut it off, and then flip it within just a couple of seconds, and your night light comes on. Fairly easy to operate. So, but the lights function really well, look really good, and I think you'll be happy with them. They're really easy to install, So I think they're a really good product. Okay, so one other aspect I wanted to show you on these lights, if you need to remove them for any reason, they're pretty solid in there. You can pull it up and remove it. And what I would do is just take and pull the light up itself. Locate where your tab is. Tab's right there. And just press that tab, and you can go ahead and remove your light out of the ceiling. And then, of course, to put it back in there, you just put your tab in there, push this tab down, push it in your hole, and you're good to go. Really, really simple. Okay, so here's what the lights look like at night with just a night light function on, and looks pretty good. It gives you a little bit more subdued lighting for your porch or your deck, and I really like it. You can't really adjust it, but it's you can see it's not real bright. Gives you enough light to be able to see, and like I said, just adds to the ambiance.